on that front row. Solomon Rankin, Marcus Scott, Chad Gardner in that Tasmania 45 car. Everyone beyond that top six looking to pass some cars and make their way into the wheelie weight Victorian sprint car title in 2025. He went into turn 3, turned the car sideways and then up and over and a passenger from there.
Yeah, I think you called it perfectly, mate.
Pretty quickly on the scene, as always.
Just got it around and then stayed on the gas, got it on the right rear. Open, T, he went. Fairly large when it gets out like that, isn't it? It's up and under. So car is still on its side, just waiting for Trevor, the Anderson Bobcat Service Terex. Got his little snatch strap that he throws out to Johnny Bamford, a lasso. The right hand side of this once pristine. I'm quite partial to a white frame, white panel. Race car and Jeremy's pride and joy is unfortunately rendered a little second hand. Look at that crash crew on all hands and knees, all fours, just to make sure that Jeremy's A-OK inside of the 47. It's a wild ride here at SunGold Stadium, kicking things off only a lap in to a last chance be made. Jeremy Kupch has run a lot of 360 events through the Australian Sprint Car All-Stars with Mandy Searle and her crew. And now would dearly love to tick the bucket list of 410 sprint car racing, particularly here at Warrnambool. And a shame for him to get upside down. So that top wing is folded around the 47, just proving a little difficult for Jeremy to climb out. Looks like he's able to under his own steam, which is always good news. So please be generous with your applause. It's a spectacular part of our world. Sprint car racing and crashes, they go hand in hand. We just hope that the drivers are able to vacate those race cars safely and look to rebuild and do it again next week. Hey Warrnambool, Jeremy's climbing out of the 47 now. Put your hands together please for Jeremy Kupch.
Very distinctive in the white race suit there, Gav, just in the hands of the medical response team. Mandatory, of course, to do the quick once over with Jeremy, but certainly out of the car under his own steam. It looks A-OK, so that'll be all just regulation down there at the moment. How busy was it at the front of the field in that B main? Those guys outside of that top six really looking to burst their way inside and tack onto the back of our A main tonight.
Yeah, it's only about the top six. Terry Rankin was the one in the PJS Motorsports number 29. Not frightened to run that outside lane, wasn't he? And Parker Scott, Chad Gardner, and I feel like Chad's been racing tonight in that 45. Parker, as always, continues to improve the youngster. And Jeremy was all smiles. He knew it was a spectacular ride. All he wanted to do was come and say good day, and I'm sure thank the team and all of his partners that get him into SunGold Stadium. He was far from disappointed with that. Probably what he
highlight reel.
Well, you know what I mean. Well, not something that you should be, but he's pumped up to be here, and I'm wrapped for him as well. So we cleared the scene in turn number 3 and 4. In a few moments, the amber lights will replace the reds. But it's the mandatory 5 or 6 minutes now in amongst our medical response outfit that he was keen to walk off and be gone.
Very shortly, the yellow lights blink on. As I say that, they do push our B main field away one more time. We get set to fill our field for the 2025 Wheelie Waste Victorian Sprint Car title, of course honouring Graham McCubbin, as we do each and every year. Victorian title. Hoses pushing away in that Hosie's Transport, number 57, right beneath us here on the front straightaway. David Dennison, likewise.
Just an update here on the star shoot here, boys. We've got the 64 of Eldersley. He took a big bicycle getting into one of the initial start. He's bent the front end. We've got the 49 of Buckingham pulled in on that red light, but quick one for him is the race saver wasn't plugged in, so he's good to go.
2 for 1 meal deal from Stevie Trigg. Great updates from the Warrnambool Rapid Big Start Shoot. Shame for those boys trying to make the top 6 as well. What Josh Buckingham could do with just a little bit of luck, couldn't he? Getting a push now from Russell Cairns. The ARB at Warrnambool push vehicle is in place.
Yeah, we're just very fortunate. Everyone at home will be seeing it as well. On pay-per-view, they caught that replay magnificently from up on top of the control tower here. The wide shot of it, as we called it. Just got sideways to get another look at it here. Just jumped into the screen. That's right, swinging wide there. We're hoping one of the cars just got past. It's swift, it was. Yeah, indeed it was. Very, very tight. There was a drop the anchor. You can see the right ring of the big Hoosier logo just slowing. If he had probably stayed on the gas, it might have just turned into a full 360 versus as opposed to just dropping the anchor, trying to slow the wheel down to catch it. Actually let the perpetual motion take the car around. Woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? Because I've done it. Exactly. I'll tell you what, the grey matter between my ears wouldn't have operated quickly enough to determine which of those two options I was going to take, to be brutally honest.
Just unusual on that slick track that we saw it stand up on the right rear and take off. I'll tell you one thing that I was pumped for too over the last 24 hours was to see the legendary John Sidney inducted into the Australian Motorsport Hall of Fame. Not just Speedway, Australian Motorsport Hall of Fame, recognised down at the Melbourne Grand Prix just simply for being an amazing ambassador for not only touring car racing back in the day with the legendary Max Dunphy, but also through NASCAR and his efforts in engine building, managing, tutoring, just being an all-round legendary operator. So cool to see John Sidney inducted into the Australian Motorsport Hall of Fame in the last couple of days.
Absolutely, there is not a more worthy person than that honour, there is no doubt about that. We turn our attention back to our B main. Tyre Factory of Warrnambool, Jeff Cook and the team, the restart cone back out on the front straightaway. The Tornado, Timmy Hutchins, to try and run and hide from the front of the field. Andy Hughes in P2, Terry Rankin